I'm taking a break from team ratings today and instead focusing on the 10 players that I expect to be the highest rated strikers in FIFA 18. There will be more team predictions to come though, so if you're not already subscribed to the channel and want to see more videos like that, make sure you smash that subscribe button, and I will make sure that I get the next video out as soon as possible. I honestly can't wait to get my hands on FIFA 18, and at the moment I am massively enjoying putting out these videos, so yeah, there will definitely be plenty more to come. And the support has been absolutely unreal too. Every single video in this series so far has received over 1,000 likes, so I just want to say a massive thank you to everyone that's been showing their support. You're all an absolute bunch of legends, and if we can hit 1,000 likes on this video once again, that would just be absolutely unreal. Now then, a few people have been speculating that Cristiano Ronaldo could well receive a striker card for FIFA 18. He received inform cards both as a left winger and as a striker last season, and having played both positions extremely well, it's difficult to really say exactly where he'll be positioned for FIFA 18. I'm sure that there are plenty of us out there though that would absolutely love to see a Cristiano Ronaldo striker card for FIFA 18. And if the Portuguese sensation is indeed a striker, how good would it be to have him up front alongside Brazilian Ronaldo, completing an absolutely deadly Ronaldo duo. I'll not be including striker Ronaldo in my top 10, as his position change is far from confirmed. If it does happen though, I for one will be a very happy man. Although I can see it breaking a lot of controllers. Ronaldo as a striker is just too OP, so if there's two Ronaldos up front, that just doesn't bear thinking about. Also, before I get properly cracking with this video, I just want to give an honourable mention to this man. He won't be in my top 10, but it's not because I've forgotten about him, it's just that he spent a lot of last season playing as an attacking midfielder, so for FIFA 18, I reckon it's fair to say that we'll get a position change. He was an 85 rated striker at the start of FIFA 17, moved up to an 86 rating with a winter upgrade, and for FIFA 18, I now expect to see him as an 87 rated attacking midfielder. I didn't want to completely leave him out of the video, as I'm sure that a lot of you would give me stick about that in the comment section down below, but yeah, I don't think he'll be playing as a striker for FIFA 18, so he didn't really have a place in this top 10 list. As I say though, still wanted to mention him, so here he is, he's included in the video, just not as part of the top 10. Anyway though, let's get going with it, and let's take a look at the 10 players that I expect to be the highest rated strikers in FIFA 18. First of all then, we got the brilliant English forward that is Harry Kane. Despite missing several months of last season through injury, Kane was the Premier League's top scorer for a second year in a row, smashing in 29 league goals and 35 in all competitions. When Kane first broke through a few years back, it came as a bit of a surprise to be honest. He'd previously been out on loan in the lower divisions, never really set the world alight, so at the time, some people wrote him off as being a one-season wonder. He's since proven himself to be a very consistent goal scorer though, scoring more than 20 goals in the Premier League for 3 years in a row now. Kane was 84 rated at the start of FIFA 17, received a winter upgrade to an 85 rating, and for FIFA 18, I can now see him moving up to an 87 rating. It could even be argued that he's deserving of an 88. EA have a tendency to do things quite gradually rather than just boosting players straight up though, so it may well be the case that he starts out with an 87 rating, then moves up to an 88 rating with a winter upgrade if he continues to perform. We'll just have to wait and see. Cavani, meanwhile, is another player that I'm slightly on the fence about as to whether he'll get an 87 rating or an 88. He had a sublime season with PSG, scoring 49 times in 50 games in all competitions. And unlike with Harry Kane, Cavani's fantastic return of goals even included a good number in the Champions League too, where he slammed home 8 goals in 8 appearances. So it could easily be argued that he's deserving of an 88 rating, but will it happen? Regardless of what happens though, one thing is definitely for sure, and that is that Cavani is well and truly deserving of an upgrade. Since Zlatan moved away from Paris, this has really allowed Cavani to step up into the limelight as the club's star striker, and he has absolutely smashed it. He's grabbed the opportunity with both hands, and he's been brilliant for PSG. And Diego Costa had a pretty solid season for Chelsea, scored 20 goals in the Premier League for the second time in 3 seasons, helped them win the title, yet he's not wanted. Chelsea have agreed a deal with Real Madrid for Morata, Costa's been told that he's not wanted at Chelsea, he's not in Conte's plans, and he could well be set for a return to Atletico Madrid, the club that he joined Chelsea from back in 2014. The problem with that though, is that Atletico Madrid are currently under a transfer embargo, and they can't register any new players until January, so it wouldn't exactly be massively straightforward if he does return to Atletico Madrid. He's not wanted at Chelsea though, and his days at the club are very much numbered. Even though he's not wanted at Chelsea though, he'd be leaving the club off the back of a very successful season, and for FIFA 18 I can therefore see him picking up an 87 rating. Most clubs would definitely benefit from having a player like Diego Costa on their books. A return to Atletico Madrid seems to be his preference though, and if he can indeed secure this move back to Spain, he's definitely a player that would strengthen the Spanish side very nicely. AUBAMEYANG was 86 rated at the start of FIFA 17, received a winter upgrade to an 87 rating, and for FIFA 18 I can now see him picking up an 88 rating. He scored 31 goals in 32 Bundesliga games last season, 7 and 9 in the Champions League, and his fantastic form surely has to be rewarded with an upgrade. Since Lewandowski made the move to Bayern 3 years ago, AUBAMEYANG has really stepped it up a gear with Dortmund, and if you look at their respective goal scoring records since Lewandowski made the move, there's very little to separate the two in this department. Arguably then, AUBAMEYANG's rating could be boosted even higher. For now though, I reckon that an 88 rating's what he'll receive, but who knows, if he keeps smashing in the goals like he has been, maybe he'll get a winter upgrade for a 3rd year in a row, and we'll see his rating move up even higher for FIFA 18. Griezmann had a pretty solid season for Atletico Madrid, but I'm not really entirely sure that he did enough to warrant an upgrade for FIFA 18. In FIFA 16, Griezmann received a ridiculous number of inform cards, and he was absolutely brilliant for Atletico Madrid as they came close to winning the Champions League. Ultimately, they were of course beaten by Real Madrid though, didn't quite do the business. Back to Griezmann though, last season he was still pretty good, scoring 26 goals in all competitions. But was it really enough to take him beyond the rating that he already had, and move him up to an 89 rating? Personally, I'm not entirely sure that it was, so I'm therefore expecting the Frenchman to keep his 88 rating. And just like with Griezmann, AGÜERO is another striker that I'm expecting to keep hold of his rating for FIFA 18. Since arriving in the Premier League from Atletico Madrid 6 years ago, Sergio Aguero has scored so many goals for City, has won the Premier League twice, and he continues to be a very impressive striker for the club. There had been some talk that he'd be leaving in the summer. Pep has now come out and said that he won't be going anywhere though, and if I was a Man City fan, personally, I'd be pretty relieved about that fact. I've always been a massive fan of Sergio Aguero. Ever since he arrived in the Premier League, everything has just looked so graceful and effortless for him. He might not play for my team, and he's certainly caused me a fair amount of agony in the past with some of the goals that he scored. Aguero is nonetheless a player that I absolutely love though, and I see no real reason to either upgrade or downgrade the Argentinian for FIFA 18. Sanchez on the other hand, he's a player most definitely deserving of an upgrade. He was an 87 rated left winger at the start of FIFA 17, received a winter upgrade along with a position change to become an 88 rated striker though, and for FIFA 18 I very much believe that he'll become an 89 rated striker. He scored 24 times in the Premier League last season, provided 10 assists in the process, and in all competitions he chipped in with 30 goals and 19 assists. Not bad going at all. Sanchez has been world class since he joined Arsenal from Barcelona 3 years ago, and I wouldn't have too much cause for complaint if he received a 90 rating for FIFA 18. An 89 rating is what I'm expecting though, and that's what I've predicted him. Pep Guardiola wants to be reunited with Sanchez, snap him up and have him at Manchester City. For now though, it seems that Arsenal don't want to be without him, which is hardly surprising really when you consider his incredible ability. He scored so many goals last season, provided so many assists too. Sanchez is an absolute game changer. They've just gone out and bought Lacazette. They do not want to be losing Sanchez at this point. He's only got 1 year left on his contract though, so this could well be his final ever season as an Arsenal player. And if I was an Arsenal fan, I'd be pretty worried about that. And after scoring 32 goals in all competitions last season, I also think that Gonzalo Higuain will be 89 rated for FIFA 18 too. He started out FIFA 17 with an 88 rating, moved up to an 89 with a winter upgrade though, and I think that it's fair for him to remain at that level for FIFA 18. He was so explosive for Napoli in the previous campaign, and his upgrade was therefore fully justified for the start of FIFA 17. After receiving the winter upgrade that he did though, I'm not too convinced that he's really done enough to move up from that 89 rating. Now then, we move on to a player that some people perceive to be the very best striker in world football. Robert Lewandowski. He was 90 rated for FIFA 17. After yet another very impressive season though, we should definitely see him receiving an upgrade for FIFA 18. He scored 30 Bundesliga goals in back-to-back seasons now, as well as absolutely smashing it in the Champions League too. He moved up 2 ratings last year, and I can honestly see him moving up 2 ratings once again, working his way right up to a 92 rating. I know I said earlier in the video about EA's tendency to only boost players up in small increments, but they smashed him up 2 ratings last year, and I honestly think that due to his consistency, he warrants it happening again. Only once in the last 6 years has Lewandowski scored less than 20 goals in a Bundesliga season, and that was in his first season with Bayern after transferring from Dortmund, so he was still getting used to the new system and setup. He's been such a great goal scorer for a very long time now, and for FIFA 18, an upgrade just has to be coming. And if Lewandowski does move up to a 92 rating, that will put him on level pegging with this man. Luis Suarez didn't have the best record in the Champions League last season. He did score 29 goals in the league though, as well as providing 13 assists. Pretty impressive. His form wasn't quite on a level with that of the previous season where he was pretty much unstoppable. He still did well for the club though, and should keep hold of that 92 rating. Regardless of who you personally believe to be the best striker in the world though, there's really no denying that both Luis Suarez and Robert Lewandowski are absolute world-class strikers, and both players should be a lot of fun to use in FIFA 18. So those are the players that I personally believe will be the top 10 highest rated strikers in FIFA 18. Let me know your thoughts in the comments section down below. What ratings do you expect to be dished out, and who are you most looking forward to using? Anyway though, thanks for watching, have an awesome day, and I'll catch you again next time.